Hello and welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft, 360 Season 2, Episode 15. I've been mining for a while and slept through the night. Unfortunately, it literally started raining as soon as day broke, and I have pretty much everything I need in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to remove this, that way I don't have any issues with it later on. Because honestly, that's one of the least, or one of the things I don't have to worry about, basically. So, just keep holding right click until it ignites. I could make a torch, but I have to make a torch. Because unfortunately, the weather's not permitting a lot of that. Actually, what I could do... Ooh, okay. I have an idea for what I might be able to do. Now, there might be enemies around. I do remember seeing a few, but it's been kind of a while. I just started up the world again, and so it shouldn't be too bad, but if it is, oh well. Oh, how many sticks do I have on me? I have 4. Not what I wanted. Nope, not what I wanted either. I guess this one's not too bad. Come on. There we go. I want to ignite some of that at least. And hopefully get something here. I need plenty of sticks, I need torches. I've decided to make this into a mining operation base, so that's going to be fun to set up, but it's going to take a little bit of time. I already have the idea of what I'm going to do. Since copper's so rare in my world, or at least in this area, well, this area is good, just where I started, not so much. I don't have any wood, do I? Nope. Now, funny enough, this makes 2, correct? Well, sometimes you don't have that option. Sometimes you have to rely on another torch. So, right-click with that. And now it's only a 1-to-1 ratio, so it's not the best, but it's better than nothing. Especially since I am in desperate need of a bunch of torches. And... well, this isn't the most, I guess, interesting thing. I like it. I like it, so it should be fine. Handful of torches, that should be fine. I have some wood. I went collecting a little bit. I probably could use a little bit more, but again, just this area. By the way, how I'm going to get back, because I'm actually in a very unfortunate position where I have to go through here to get back to my world, or not my world, but my area. You can see that there's something up here. I think if I go up here, I might be able to swim over here, but that's not too much of a concern for me. But yeah, that's where my house is. This, not really close to where I'm at. So, yeah, and this area just starts right here, so this will be fun. I actually want to take a bunch of these hickory saplings, because hickory, while it's not the longest burning, it is relatively good. Oak is the longest burning, but I believe hickory is the hottest, or oak might be the hottest as well. I think they shared the heat factor. It's just oak lasts a little bit longer. Which, I mean, it's understandable. Oh, that was actually a short rain. Better for me. But yeah, I've been basically planning this out for a while now. Took a little bit of time. Hickory. Yeah, I went and gathered a bunch of these small native things. They're nuggets. I think they were just over in this one. I actually don't need that on hand. Is it this one? Nope. It's food. Seeds. Okay. I don't remember where I put mine. Oh well. As you can see, I was mining over here, and there's actually more of it, which is good for me, but it's going to take a while. Now, from what I have in there, I have 2 ingots worth of, ooh. I'm hungry, thirsty, and all kinds of not happy. I'll just eat all this, or fill myself up, and drink. By the way, I've added, I'm actually going to start Matmos. It's just the rain was terrible. Just terribly loud. And I just wanted to have it so I could hear the enjoyable sounds of something that is not... Am I going the right way? Okay, yeah. I tried to memorize this, but yeah. Since I'm in a forest, there's going to be birds chirping. There's going to be a rush of wind every once in a while. And it's actually just... I tried to go for something that was more aesthetic and just pleasant. And I probably should fill up all these jugs here, because this is kind of a good place to be drinking. And now it doesn't sound like I'm slurping. What is that sound? Yeah, this does replace a few things. I would actually like to hear the oh. Oh. It's me changing items. That's what that was. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's a rooster. And I think I should be in the same area. Now, I've also done some modifications here. You'll see that in a minute. After the burn is done. The hickory logs tend to be useful for fuel sources, but I don't think I'll be using those with the pit kiln. I actually want to keep those there. And I guess we'll gather some of this. Now, this isn't going to be a very interesting part of this until I can get that. Oh, speaking of which, once this was done, I can have this molten copper. I'm going to need that and that. Now, the saw is actually very important, even though the pickaxe is more important. These, regardless, both of these will allow me to get resources. So, right click with this, and I can actually put the mold in here. Unlike last time, which I was trying to use tin, I can actually get a tool from this. Hooray! Now all I need is, and by the way, once this is done using up its copper, it will go into a normal ceramic vessel again. You can actually put this into your crafting window, and this allows you to break it free from the mold. Unfortunately, you do lose the clay. You can't retrieve these, unlike a lot of these ceramic molds. You just never get a mold back, unfortunately. Or not these molds. Now, I will put that there because that's not something that's needed right now. This is pretty much my next plan, is to put the copper in there. And for the most part, I'm actually just going to be storing a lot of this copper. For right now, it's actually getting night, and well, I do want to chop this down. I actually need probably about 2 of these. And I should have sticks, yep. to go in here. I should have plenty. Yeah, okay. I knew I collected a bunch of these. I just didn't remember where I had put them or if I had kept them in this area. I've been bunking down here because just safer this way, and I like that I can actually do that right now. You put that up here. You may notice that there's this thing, the evaporator pan. I'm actually going to be using that later, but right now it's not important. The carpenter achievement, and the best achievement of all, time to mine, finally. Yes, we are now entering the Copper Age, or the Age of Copper, and I can actually start doing a few things. Now, first thing I'm going to do, which is, I may have made, no wait, I didn't make too many. By the way, usually you can't make tools like this, pouring into the molds, but it can work with anything that is copper or bronze. It allows you to do that. Everything else needs some sort of other investment. I'm just going to need this, and this. White elm, and the workbench. Now, funny enough, the workbench is actually your crafting grid, which makes this much easier to use. And the next thing I'm going to make is the sluice, which allows you to gather materials from just water sources near the main ore nodes. Now I'm going to sleep through the night. I will see you in the morning, where I shall begin the second part of this mining operation, and I'll see you then. And it is now day-ish, not exactly full day, but just in general, it's about time. Now, this pick means a lot, because we can do much more mining now, and actually gather a lot of resources. So now that I actually have tools, this will make basically acquiring a lot of materials pretty easy now. I actually remembered I put this in here. And for the most part, I just have my equipment here. I got some food, hides and stuff like that. Most of the stuff that is already stackable should be in here. And now I'm just basically going to be gathering the equipment. I do want this though. Nope. Not what I wanted. I don't need this. And now I can actually mine this copper. And, well, that's all good and everything. And I can do a lot of stuff now. I could throw good pieces of copper in here. That's not the main idea, because eventually that copper will run out. But if I go over where I had built a small little setup here, which was just around this, so I could have gone over, but it's just easier to go around a little bit. And right here, I've already prepared this area. Basically what you need to do is it like this? Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to have one more area just beyond it. And there we go. This is a fully functioning sluice, which basically you can right click and it should show an outcoming material, or not material, but usually what I do is toss in a couple pieces into the water flow and it should start going through that. Now I think I may have gone with too many gravels, but that doesn't matter. If you want to get a bunch of gems, you can go for sand. If you want ore, go with gravel. And I think dirt is a 50-50. And I think dirt is the only time where this would actually work again. I think I'm starving. Yep. actually need to start eating something else soon, but right now that's not too important. There we go. Now, over time this will actually produce certain resources. Now, for now, it should scan a 50 by 50 block radius and 25 down and up, if I remember correctly. If not, oh well, but yeah, that should produce plenty of ore over time, and I will likely start producing a lot more of those in key resource areas, especially iron back near our base, eventually when we need iron. But right now, this copper we can actually continuously harvest from that sluice. But for now, this copper also serves another purpose, or this copper pickaxe. And right now I'm just trying to be careful, because you can cause cave-ins and such, and you would rather not do that, because obviously a bunch of stones hitting you in the head tends to kill you. Yeah. So just a common conception. Try to stay alive by not killing yourself with large boulders. Now you can carve to the side as much as you want. It's not going to hurt you. It's usually when you're digging into the mountain is when it becomes too harmful. Now I would actually suggest leaving some of this copper here. By the way, I also have one other setting turned off, where if a piece of cobblestone hits an ore, it will automatically destroy it. I've changed that so it doesn't do that. It just basically makes it cave in and can cause death and eternal imprisonment. I'm going to try to see if I can cause a controlled collapse, but I don't think I want to keep doing that, because as I've said, it is fatal if you get hit by a lot of that stone. Oop, I've already imprisoned myself. I do want stone, however. So, yeah, I can carve right here. 1 and 2. Oh, I have one back there, okay. I'm trying to get some rough stone so I can gather other resources. This rough stone's used for making querns, basically the ability to process grains into flour. And I need more things. Actually, I can get rid of this fire starter. I don't know how I picked it up, but I was pretty sure I'd gotten rid of it. It doesn't matter. Next thing we need, remove this. Now, you heard that. What that was is likely something that was over here breaking and falling down. Not much I can do about that, but I do need 3 of these standard stones. And the only way you can actually get these is by carving away on all sides. So if I was to carve this, I need to carve the one behind it to actually get this stone to fall. And everything else is disconnected, so it's rather safe. Now let's go check on our ore processing plant. Actually, I'm gonna go over here and show you that this area is, well, it's okay to get around. You have to kind of jump over a lot of stuff and avoid that. Getting down through here. This area is not too dangerous, honestly, but I just rather not fall and take any damage, because it does deplete the hunger, or deplete your hunger by a significant amount. I have a feeling that this needs more ore, or gravel. And yeah, okay, it had depleted all of its resources. Now that will eventually produce some. By the way, I'm pretty sure each piece gives you about 20 soil. So that is usually what you want to be using as gravel for ore, especially since this is an ore mine. And I tried to get that as close as possible to this area. I'm not sure how far away from that how far away that is. In fact, I can actually check. 142. Yeah, that should be within range. Yeah, it's only like 20 something blocks, so it should be within range of this. And as we gather more resources, we can actually start tossing it in here. We actually have enough to make yeah, we have enough to make one thing of, or 2 ingots of bronze back at the old base. So most of my next 2-3 days is going to be spent mining this area and processing the resources over here. I'll also likely make a couple more sluices and gather some saplings off cam. That way people don't have to watch that happening. For the most part, I should be leaving here when my food resources start dwindling, which unfortunately it might be a problem later down the line, but for the most part I should be able to just continuously grind this stuff away. And from what I remember, I can actually... I think I might have to make a slight adjustment to this, because I'm pretty sure I have to carve it... Ooh. Oh yeah, I remember. I have to basically block this side and make something so it branches off into here. I have to actually start right here, though. And once I have this set up properly, it should produce 3. I think it has to start like that. And eventually it will produce a large amount of ore over time. Though, again, it's probably going to take a lot longer than I'm actually saying, because, unfortunately, the sluicing chance is really low. As you see, I haven't gotten anything yet, but that will change. Oop. Yeah, till next time, if you like what you're watching, subscribe. Or like and subscribe. If you want to help support the channel, just comment. See you next time. Thank you for watching. And remember, all shall subscribe to the one true king.